Rice and noodles.
That's
Just
crazy.
straight rice and noodles.
Well, I already ate the sushi. That's what took me so long. I was eating the sushi fresh.
We were waiting on this Max who eating raw fish.
All right. Well,
Got to get the beard right for the TJD Sports Podcast. We got a special guest here tonight. Drew, do you want to introduce yourself?
So everybody, I'm
Okay,
Drew.
guys, that's where y'all all join in. For a round of applause for Drew.
yeah. Me and Dylan.
Yep.
I tried to
Uh,
introduce you right, Drew. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I appreciate the effort. It's a little bit more effort than what this guy put in.
That's crazy.
So,
Yeah.
but yes, appreciate you guys having me on. Came a long way from being a fan for the first couple episodes to finally making it to the show. So gotta start somewhere, man.
Hey,
Oh, we'd love to
everybody's got to
have you.
start somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that should be motivation for the rest of you fans. You know, if you're sitting there, you're listening, you're like, wow, I'd like to be a part of the pod one day. Hey, maybe your dreams can come true, just
It'll be
just like Mr. Drew. That kind of rhymed. I may have to trademark that. Maybe your dreams can come true, just like Mr. Drew. There we go.
Oh my
All right,
god.
boys. So, same as always, we're gonna talk about the Saturday slate tomorrow. We got some NFL action. We already had a great game last night, and we're gonna make our picks. There's some rhymes that you could do with that, but we're let's just jump right into it. So the first game that we got, 11 o'clock, bright and early in the morning, we got the number 4 Miami Hurricanes traveling to Georgia Tech, and this game, I'm just gonna start us off, boys. This one could be a dogfight that Miami doesn't want to be a part of because Georgia Tech is known for not making it easy on their matchups. And Miami, they've been kind of flirting with some losses here and there. So I think this one's going to be a closer game than we expect. But maybe Cam Ward will come out and just do what he does. I don't know. But
Well, in all the
Yeah.
games you talked
so
about where they almost lost, Cam Ward was the reason they won those games.
that's
That
true.
is true. That is very
He's,
true.
With that game starting at 11, I'm going to be watching it because
Yeah.
for my own personal reasons that I've mentioned.
Yeah,
Every
you gotta.
week, you know, he may
Yeah,
be
you
a
gotta.
Titan.
You gotta get your scouting report on them, right, Dylan? You know, you gotta make sure that
Yeah.
the Titans don't botch their hopefully number 1 overall pick.
I don't think they'll be number 1.
I know, but you would want that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
Anyways, but well, I guess I'm just gonna throw us out there, start us off. I do think Miami holds on in a close win.
Oh, we're sure.
Drew, I think you said it best. Cam Ward, I mean, he's gonna show why he's, the top Heisman candidate at quarterback. I know there's a running back that plays for Boise State by the name of Genty that is leading the Heisman. But for quarterbacks, as far as they go, Cam Ward is the leader at this point, in my opinion. So I think he's just going to show why, and he's just going to keep getting wins the way he has been all season. And yeah, I think it could be closer than 10. I would kind of be tempted to take the Georgia Tech covering the spread because Miami really hasn't. Well, they have a few games. I mean, Florida State, everyone's been dogging them, so but that's a little different. So I think Georgia Tech's gonna keep it a little closer than we saw in that game. But I'm going Miami in a close one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think Miami. I think Miami's gonna win it by a lot, not a lot more than 10, but it's not gonna be. I think the first half is gonna be close. I don't think. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it's gonna be close like you're calling it, Dylan. But I am gonna go with Miami on this one.
Okay. Hey, that's all right.
Dylan,
You want me to go?
you go ahead.
Oh well, I did just say that Cam Ward is the reason that Miami is where they're at right now. But I don't know. I'm feeling an upset in Atlanta on Saturday.
coming on here for the first time and picking a upset.
First pick. I
That
love
is
it.
that's some serious set of cojones.
I agree, but I love it.
I love
I
it.
think I'm about to go with you, Tyler. I'm going to go with Miami here. I think Cam Ward's too talented. I think they're going to have another 50 bomb on Georgia Tech. And I think they're going to make that 7
bomb.
games this season. So I think I'm going to go with the Canes.
Yeah,
The reason I picked, just a little added flair to my pick, the reason I said a close one is because I do kind of agree with Drew. I think the reason it's close is because I think it will be like it could go either way. So that's kind of why I don't think either team's going to blow out the other. But so I 100%, I'm not mad at Drew's pick there
I'll
because I
say
think it's
this. I
close just
won't
because I think it'll come down to the very end.
I won't be surprised if Miami does win the game, but
Yeah.
you see the kind of team that Georgia Tech is, and the games that they've won, and the kind of games that they've competed in, and I think Georgia Tech might be one of the opposers to shake things up in the college football playoff world for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. They've always been a team too that like, I mean, they'll randomly throw in an upset over Georgia in the mix every few years or so. So I'm not saying that's going to happen this year, but Georgia Tech's always a sleeper.
All right,
Yeah.
staying in Georgia, we got Georgia and Ole Miss. This game is, as we would think, it would be a bigger game of a spread, but Vegas has other ideas. They got a 1.5 point spread now.
I'm gonna shock the world real quick. I think Ole Miss is gonna beat them at home, and I think there's gonna be a party down in Oxford tomorrow. And if that's the case, I'll see you boys Sunday morning, where I might be sleeping in my truck. But hey, if that's the case, I'm gonna head down there. Give me the Rebels.
Yeah.
Man's looking for a
Well,
library.
well, the reason that I think the spread has gotten so close is because we talked about it the other day. Carson Beck has just not played great football this season. They've had a lot of close matchups that they weren't expecting to have, like Kentucky, Florida. I know Florida ended up being a little bit. It was a double-digit win, but they were losing all the way up until like the end of the third quarter. Or it may have even been the fourth quarter. I don't remember now, but it was a close game all the way to the end. Ole Miss. I mean, Tyler, I think I'm going to agree with you. I thought I was going to be the lone wolf here until you just shocked me. But I'm actually going to pick Ole Miss to upset Georgia as well. Georgia's been playing with fire, and I think they're going to get burned by Jackson Dart. He's a good quarterback. Um, I think Ole Miss has a powerful enough offense that when they play, they have to play good. Obviously, you can't play bad and beat Georgia. But if they're on and playing Ole Miss football that they want to play, they have more firepower this year than Georgia does offensively. Georgia obviously has that defense that strikes fear into everybody. But if Ole Miss is playing the kind of offense they want to play, I don't think Georgia can keep up with them. So I'm taking Ole Miss.
I think it's gonna be a good game. It's just depending on what two teams we get. If we get the Ole Miss team, that's just gonna come out and not play how they played against. Let's see, who did? Let me before I say this wrong. Let me.
They lost to Kentucky.
Oh yeah, but like that was.
Well, this is the game though that because they're favored by only a point and a half, they're going to come out and win by 40. So I picked Ole Miss, but I could see them just dominating as well.
I mean,
so
if they play like they did against LSU, then like, I mean, LSU's a good team, so I mean, it could be. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm not going to speak any more on it. It just I don't want to say anything stupid, so I'm just going to stop talking.
I'm going to go opposite here on you guys. I'm going to ride with the dogs.
Yeah.
I feel like
Dogs.
even though Carson Beck has thrown 6 picks the last 2 games, they still found a way to win. I mean, granted, they probably should have lost to Florida if DJ stays healthy. but they still found a way to win, even though it was Florida's third string quarterback. But I think it's going to be a nail biter. I think it's probably going to come to the last possession for this game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dogs.
Ever since Lane Kiffin has arrived in Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss offense has been near unstoppable. Unless they stumble across some random game that they just kind of sputter, but then they usually pick it back up the next week. Um, so I think this is going to be a true test to how good Georgia's defense actually is. Because as a Texas fan, watching that Georgia game a few weeks ago was pretty tough. Um, and
It was very tough.
so, but as a Mississippi State alum, I can't pick Ole Miss here. I got to go with the dogs.
Huh.
Oh man.
I think the biggest thing is Georgia has to make sure that their guys are driving the speed limit this week. Can't get any
Don't even let them drive at
crazy
all.
tickets or get arrested. Yeah, they just all need to have a curfew that starts right now.
I promise you, Georgia's got the funds for their players to get an Uber around Athens. I promise you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but if they can do that, I think they can be pretty dominant tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see in the morning what happens. But yeah.
Well, next game we got is Iowa State and Kansas. And looking at it, my first initial thought is -2.5. Iowa State's 7-1 and Kansas is 2-6. I just don't. I think it's going to be more than 2.5, and I don't even think that this should be a consideration of who's going to pick who. But I'm definitely going to go with Iowa State because I mean, I don't know Iowa State.
Yeah, no, I got you, brother. Iowa State, they're disappointed after what happened last week. That definitely hurt their playoff chances. I think they're excited that they only fell to, well, it's the first playoff poll, but obviously if they would have won, they would be much higher than 17 because they'd be what, 9-0 right now. I think they're going to bounce back. 3, I think, is a little low. I could see Iowa State just they understand that they needed to have a kind of miracle season to be in the playoffs. They understand now that they have that loss. They're going to have to put on some flashy wins to close out the season. And I don't think they're going to hold anything back against Kansas. So I'm taking Iowa State in a big one.
Wow. I'm going to take Iowa State here as well. I don't think it's going to be a big win. I think from the looks of it, Iowa's offense has kind of been really slow getting going. And so they actually haven't really been putting up points until the fourth quarter from a statistical standpoint. So I think it's going to be a real close one, especially with it being in Kansas. I think Kansas is going to have a little fire under their butt because they still have a chance. If they win out, they can make a bowl game. So I think they're going to be a little ready for Iowa State, especially since Iowa State's on the brink of not being able to make the playoffs.
Wait, but you're taking Iowa State, right?
Yes.
In a close one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Cyclones as well. I watched that game last week against Texas Tech, and I think one of the reasons that Iowa State lost is simply because they just ran out of time. Because yes, Texas Tech did score that go-ahead touchdown with I think less than a minute or just over a minute left in the game. But like I said,
All right, we're experiencing some technical difficulties.
went from having the noise to
Yeah,
being
I
completely
don't know what that
silent.
noise was, but we got it. I think we got it under control now.
That was weird. It kept progressively getting
Funny, I'm
louder
sorry.
and louder and louder and louder.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it was like, I noticed
Like,
it.
did
It
y'all
was
just
like
turn a
when
fan on right?
it was like when you started to get closer to the mic. It was when it started to get louder, and I was like, "What is happening?"
my mic's not plugged in.
Well, not anymore.
It was never plugged in. It's been unplugged this entire time.
Well, that just made me look like an idiot. So, thank you. At least. Oh.
Well, Drew, before that, I thought it sounded like you were taking the Cyclones as well.
Yes, I'm
Before all the technical difficulties.
I'm taking the Cyclones because I don't know if it was heard, but I watched that game against Texas Tech, and I think one of the reasons they lost is because they simply just ran out of time. Because I mean, yes, Texas Tech did score. I think it was less than a minute or just over a minute left in the
Yeah.
game. Um, but I mean, I still think Iowa State gave themselves a good chance. They just didn't have enough time on the clock to do it. So I think Iowa State takes care of business in Manhattan.
Yeah, no, I agree. They've got it in them.
Manhattan might be wrong. It's Kansas State. They're taking care of business.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, the next game, boys, is at number 23, Clemson against Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is gonna be a close game, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna take Virginia Tech at home. This is a must-win game for Clemson, but I think this will determine if this will put them in the playoffs or not. But like building off of that, they are also a two-loss team already, which could also hurt them anyways.
In a bad
Uh,
ACC.
Yeah, and so I think I'm still going to go with Virginia Tech on this one. I just think that we see the fall of Clemson.
Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with you on this one, Tyler. I think I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna get that upset. I'm gonna ride with the Hokies. Get it done in the little Virginia Tech action over here.
Give me Inner Sandman.
Yeah, give me the electric Winter Sandman action over here.
Drew, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling Clemson. I think Clemson's a much better team this year than what they have been the last few years. I hadn't really been watching them too much, but just from what I have seen, I think Clemson gets a good road conference win on Saturday.
Yeah. I called my shot last week, picking the Louisville Cardinals to come in there and just smack Clemson in the mouth, and that's exactly what happened. But I don't have that same feeling this week. I think Clemson's going to come out. I don't think they're going to dominate by any means, but I do think they're going to pick up a win. They could dominate, I'm not trying to throw out a score prediction here, but I just think Clemson's going to win. For as far as their playoff hopes go, um, they're going to need some help, to get in there because they still have. First of all, they have to keep winning. Second of all, they have to play in a conference championship game against Miami if they win out, and I just don't see that going over too well for them. So I don't know. I don't see Clemson making the playoffs at this point in time unless they're going to need some help, and they got to obviously help themselves. But as far as this game goes, yeah, I'm taking the Tigers.
The Tigers.
Tigers. The Tigers. But yeah. So our boys. Our boys have the next game that we're gonna pick between, and we're defending them. We've been defending them all season long, and the disrespect the playoff committee had throwing these guys at number 25 in the country. I mean, come on. And then on top of that, Vegas, you're gonna disrespect our boys like this too, and only pick them 2.5. I don't care if they're on the road against North Texas. I don't care. No. Give me Army by a solid 21.5 this weekend over North Texas. I mean, come on, that's a joke. You're gonna have them at 25 and then disrespect them even further. They had a closer game than they would like. They only won by like 15 points or something against Air Force, but that's one of their biggest rivals. I mean, come on. They're gonna steamroll North Texas. I don't have any reason to doubt that. Yeah, no. Give me the Army out there. Give me Army. 21.5. I'm taking alternate spread.
Like you said, Dylan, the just the absolute disrespect from both ends, from Vegas and from college football. Army, just give me Army by 50. Like, there's just no why disrespect them against a team with a North Texas team? Like, I don't know.
I'll keep it simple. We're rolling Army.
I think we're gonna go for a clean sweep right here.
Yep, I'm going Black Knights.
Well, it's not. This is
going Black Knights.
Yeah. This isn't even like a good North Texas team.
Yeah, no. I'm with y'all. Now, don't get me wrong. I did very well with North Texas on my college football dynasty, but I don't think that they're going to have the same results in real life. I think Army walks into Denton tomorrow, and I think Army takes care of business. I'm with y'all too. I think they've gotten absolutely robbed by the committee, because we haven't seen an undefeated Army team since World War II. I hope it's not a sign, but but it's very impressive considering how kind of on and off Army has been. Because I mean, dude, if we get an undefeated Army and a one-loss Navy team for Army Navy week for conference championships and go in the college football playoff, I think that's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really fun to watch.
Yeah, and I don't want to fully disrespect North Texas. I mean, they've lost their last 2 games, but
only partially.
The last 2 games they lost were against 2 of the best teams in Conference USA or the American, whatever their conference is nowadays, with Tulane and Memphis. And those weren't blowouts by any means. And North Texas, they put up points. But Army plays not just offensively, defensively, they play physical football, and they don't. Army just this year especially, they don't allow a lot of points. I mean, in the last 5 games, East Carolina put up the most on them, and that's 28. But out of their last 4 games, other than East Carolina, no one else has put up more than 10 against this Army defense. Army's not going to make it easy, and 2.5 just feels like a slap in the face after they just got slapped from both angles in the first playoff poll. So, I don't know. Army should be very angry with what has happened to them to start off. But they control their destiny. Jacob, you're silent, brother.
Yeah, we can just see your mouth moving, but there's no sound. Nope.
Yeah, you're silent, brother.
Testing.
It's okay. It's okay. Here.
There he is.
Yep, there we go.
I don't know what's going on over here. We're managing.
Hey, it's okay.
So now we got South Carolina and Vanderbilt. South Carolina after South Carolina had a massive win against Texas A&M. Can they keep it up against the Doors this coming up weekend?
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh man.
For anybody that's watching, this is not a normal thing that this happens.
Well, we've had technical difficulties in I think just about every episode we've had.
Yeah,
but, I'm just gonna start us out here. Vandy. They've had a dream season for themselves. It doesn't end because the season's already been there, but I don't think they win this game against South Carolina. South Carolina's a better football team than what their record shows. Yeah, give me the Cox. I think they're going to come out here. Diego Pavia is a good quarterback. Yeah, switch, please. Yeah, thank you. I like the yeah. Diego Pavia, he's amazing. I hope that he is making things better for Vanderbilt in the future in terms of recruiting and everything. I hope that this affects their long-term success. I hope it's not just a one and done year for them. But yeah, I think South Carolina is just gonna give Vandy, um, yeah, I think South Carolina wins this one. I'm taking the Cocks.
South Carolina, what?
Gamecocks. Give me the
I want to be so negative, but we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it PG right here. So yeah, Dylan, you said that Vandy's had a dream season for themselves, which nobody is complaining about it. Like they
No.
have shocked the world in my eyes. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Vandy's dream season is going to continue. I think they're going to beat South Carolina. But South Carolina is a good football team, a lot better than what their record shows, like you said, Dylan. And I think Vandy's going to do it at home in Nashville.
So some would say you think they're going to take it to the Cocks. They're just going to beat them.
Yeah, no.
Vandy's going to take it to them. I get it. I respect it.
They're going to kick him in the cocks, huh?
Give me the Cocks.
Let's go.
I'm crying. Oh.
Oh.
Just let it reboot, man. Just let it reboot. It's okay.
That's okay, yeah. It's all right. At least we got that your catchphrase in there before.
Cocks.
It kicked you out.
Catchphrase.
Oh. Give me Diego Pavia. That man has
Oh yeah.
that man has been balling like no other Vanderbilt quarterback has ever played. Except for maybe who's the guy that's on SEC Nation?
Jordan Rogers.
Yeah.
Jordan Rogers.
I think Diego Pavia might be the best thing since Jordan Rogers played in Nashville. So, going back to a few weeks ago, Texas rolled into Nashville and it got pretty scary. But I think, and of course, I was thoroughly pleased with the Cox last week, taking down the Aggies on a Saturday night in Columbia.
Yeah.
This guy can't keep it together.
I'm just doing it on purpose at this point.
Yeah.
Some might
I'm
say,
pleased with them.
just go on to the next one. I can't even
Give me the doors.
Yeah.
Now the Cocks.
No, I can see. Yeah. Yeah. No, and I respect it. I mean, yeah. No cocks coming through those doors. Let's see. So, our next game that we are picking between is Mississippi State traveling to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. We got number 7 ranked Tennessee Volunteers, 24.5-point favorites over Mississippi State. I said the same thing last week. Tennessee's going to have to prove something to me for them to be 24.5-point favorites over anybody at the moment. I'm not saying I still think they win, but last week they were favored by 20 against Kentucky. That didn't happen. They've been favored. Huh?
17.5.
Wait, what'd you say, Jake? Yeah. Okay. Well, they didn't get that either way, and there's been a lot of other games this year since. What is this guy going through over here? He's battling demons on the screen over there. But yeah, I don't see Tennessee. They're gonna have to prove it to me. They're capable of winning by 24.5, but they're gonna have to show it to me. I still think they win, but I don't think at this point in time. I'm taking Mississippi State to cover, but Tennessee to win.
I got very concerned. Wait, what is he saying?
Princess?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm having a great time. Mississippi State is terrible. Like, we're just gonna be honest. Now Tennessee, they're known for playing to their competition. But I'm still gonna rock with the boys with And but yeah, Mississippi State is just not this is going to be a blowout. In my opinion, I
This
hope.
means disrespecting this
Actually,
guy's
no,
alma mater.
no. I'm going to say it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be.
I'm just waiting for my turn. I'm gonna say my part. I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna say my part. Don't worry.
No, Tyler, keep going. You've already been just slandering him and dragging him through the mud. You might as well keep going.
No, I'm not taking any offense to this. So, I mean, you're good.
Oh, yeah?
You're good. You're good, dude.
I forgot what I was going to say. I was told from now on I got to pick the opposite of what's going to happen. So, like, I'm sticking with the Vols, but I'm talking. No, Mississippi State is not going into Neyland and beating Tennessee. No, no, it ain't happening.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go off what Dylan said. I think Tennessee wins this, but I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think Mississippi State covers the 24.5 spread. I just don't think they have that offensive explosion that everybody's expecting right now. And Nico's still missing deep shots. Receivers aren't really helping him here. So I think Dylan Sampson's going to have a massive game on the ground.
I will say though,
Yeah,
JP,
and,
he
they're
did.
capable.
We talked about it last week. Like he did look better. So
Oh, I'm not discrediting him. He didn't look better. I'm just saying the receivers still aren't helping him, so I don't think they're going to have a big offensive explosion.
Yeah, and Tennessee's capable of winning by 24.5. I'm just, until they prove that they've got that back in them, I am not taking anyone to lose to them by 24.5. That's just too big of a spread as it stands.
Yeah.
Very good.
We good?
We'll be back after this short interruption.
I'm taking the Vols, but I will say I'm gonna give Michael Van Buren his flowers. That man has been balling for the Mississippi State offense. For them to go into Athens and to only lose to Georgia by 10 points, and not only lose Georgia by 10 points, you put up 31 points in Athens against a top 5 team in Georgia who has, I think I saw something yesterday, they've won 52 straight games against teams that are not Alabama. So for Mississippi State to be at the caliber that they're at this year and to only lose to Georgia by 10, I thought that was very impressive. And I thought they played Texas very close too for about 2.5 quarters, and then Texas kind of ran away with it. So me and Penny were talking about this. If we didn't have a home game in Old Murray, Kentucky, we would be going to Knoxville for the game, and my expectations will be very low. I would just be happy to be in Neyland. That's the only reason I would be. But yeah, I think Tennessee could win by 25 because Mississippi State's defense is absolutely atrocious. Like it's for us to get blown out at home by Toledo and then still give up 20 points to UMass, I thought was ridiculous. Like I watched the first 10 minutes of the game, and like Mississippi State didn't get 2 yards of offense on their first drive, and then UMass went down and scored, and I said, all right, well, this is the kind of game we're going to get. Thankfully, they pulled out the win, but yeah, Mississippi State's going to have to turn some things around on defense down there and start for them.
Next game we have a good old Bayou battle. We got number 11 Alabama and number 15 LSU. This game could really go any way it really wants to. It just depends on what team wants to show up, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tyler, you want to start us off, buddy?
I don't see how Alabama's favored to win this game. I don't. They've been playing like crap, and they just continue to not like it. Just I think LSU is going to win this very convincingly. I think LSU is just a better football team in my opinion. They're I don't. You guys can elaborate more on it, but I just think LSU is better in my opinion. Like they should, and it's in Death Valley too, and it's a night game. I just don't see how Alabama. They struggled at Neyland with the noise. Imagine what it's going to be like down in Death Valley for a night game. No,
Wait, so you're saying that Death Valley is louder than Neyland at night?
no, never once came out of my mouth. Never, no. I'm saying LSU is can be compared to Neyland, just not as loud as Neyland, and Alabama struggled with the noise.
Play the clip.
Yeah. Oh,
Play the
okay.
clip. Play the clip.
Yeah. I'm just saying you said they struggled with Neyland, so just imagine what they'll do at LSU. It just sounded to me
Yep.
like you were saying
No.
LSU's even louder.
Yep.
No. I apologize. I apologize if that's how it came off. But
It's not what
Neyland
came out of your
Valley,
mouth, but it's what you were implying.
no.
I'm just
You still think
I'm
about
just
the
saying
Fox
you told me to call you out sometimes, and that's what I noticed you said. I'm just saying, but okay.
Well, here's what
I just
all
had
I'm
to
going to say
clarify
is
that. I had to
LSU
have
is
you
going to
clarify.
very much well win this game by, I'm going to say 20. They're going to win this game by 20.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna
Then you-
stop you there. I don't think either team. When's the last time either one of these teams have beat the other by 20? It's
2019.
been. It has. I don't remember. Wait, what year? 20? Yeah. LSU beat them by 20. Yeah. Well, that was just a completely different LSU team. I think I agree with you, Tyler. I think LSU is gonna win this. Because I think I've been saying for both teams, this is a playoff elimination game. The loser of this, I think,
goes home.
they're pretty much out of hope. It's their third loss. There's going to be a handful of two-loss SEC teams, um, including the winner of this game. So obviously that's going to be a head-to-head issue. Um, if Tennessee ends up as a two-loss team, they're going to have a head-to-head matchup over Alabama if Alabama loses. There's just both of these teams are going to have some head-to-head issues that comes with it if they lose a third game. It's just I don't see the loser of this finding a way into the playoffs. So it's going to obviously that means it's a big matchup for both teams, but the past few years it has seemed like it's whoever's playing at home in this matchup, and this is not the best Alabama team we've seen in a few years. And LSU, um, you know, Nussmeier is I think just going to come out and play out of his mind this weekend. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I've been saying it for a few weeks though. I think LSU is going to eliminate Alabama from the playoffs. I'm taking LSU.
Yeah, I'm riding with both of y'all here. I said it a while back whenever Tyler picked Ole Miss, whenever they went in.
I do.
And we'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Don't worry. You can let let oh
And we're back.
That was a magic touch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with LSU here. It's gonna be very tough atmosphere. LSU seems to have that place rocking when they play Alabama, and Alabama seems to have a very very hard time playing against LSU at night there. So I'm gonna go with the Tigers.
go tag.
Go Tigers.
Go tag.
Yeah. I think LSU gets their 14th straight night home win under Brian Kelly tomorrow. But LSU's coming off a bye week. Before that, they were stung by A&M and Kyle Field. And if I'm sure everyone in here was watching that game, Connor Wigman looked like absolute crap. And as soon as Marcel Reed went in, he was unstoppable. Like LSU could not contain him. Like if he wanted to pass the ball, they were blitzing and he could throw it over their heads. And if they drop back in coverage, he's sprinting for 8 to 15, 20 yards or whatever. So I think LSU wins, but if they can't contain Jalen Milroe, then they might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me it just feels like Jalen Miller hasn't been using his legs as much this year. I don't know why, but it just seems like he's not going to the ground game as much as he has in the past, and I think that's been
I wonder if that's
part of why
just
their offense hasn't looked as good. Yeah.
Well, next game we
They
got is
need him to be a dual threat. No, you're good, Tyler. Go.
oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
If you got anything else to say, go ahead and say it.
No, you're good, bro.
Okay. Next game is Oklahoma and Missouri. I'm going to be honest with you boys. This is, I don't know. I like literally
How is
who
Missouri
wants,
still ranked?
who wants to lose more. Like that's
Thank
literally
you,
what the
Drew.
game's going to be.
Yeah.
Like this is Oklahoma's look like crap. Missouri does not deserve to be 24. Missouri looks like crap. Who wants to look like crap the least is in my opinion.
Now
And
remember, this was
I
an old back in the Big 12.
what'd you say?
Yeah, this was a rivalry, is what he's
That was
saying.
a long time ago.
This was an old rivalry back in the Big 12.
I don't know who I'm going to pick. Like it's been hard to watch both teams, and you know what? I'm gonna shock the world. We're gonna go with Boomer Sooner here.
Oh, okay.
We're
Shock the
gonna.
world, they're
I
favored.
think Oklahoma finally. Well, I mean, like,
They're the favorites, so
yeah. I mean,
I don't think you're shocking too much.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma. I'm done. I'm gonna sit back and drink my water.
Oh my gosh, it was a joke. Yeah, I think home field's just gonna matter in this one. I agree they are both stinkers right now at this point in time. But I'm just gonna take Missouri for the sake of it's a home game. Luther Burden is still a problem, no matter which way you look at it. And Brady Cook's just gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with Oklahoma here. Mizzou's offense is just horrendous. It's like watching paint dry, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care if it even is in Columbia. I think Oklahoma is gonna have a little extra for this old time rivalry here. So give me the Sooners.
Boomer.
Don't say Boomer Sooner. I'm gonna say 34-3.
Hey, I have no affiliation with that game.
It's
So-
okay. I was born and raised to cheer for Texas and cheer against whoever was playing Oklahoma. So give me the Tigers. But
Yeah.
I agree with Penny. Mizzou is awful. I'm simply just preying on Oklahoma's downfall. And I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think it should be top 25. I don't know how or why they are, but it's clearly the committee knows something that I don't. But I think Missouri has shown why they should not be in the top 25. But yeah,
And I'm gonna say because of that fact, I kind of am hoping Oklahoma wins for the sake of knocking them out. It kind of scares me that if Missouri wins, they're gonna be ranked even higher than 24 when they just don't deserve to be in the top 25 at all. So it scares me what will happen if Missouri does win. So for that fact, I kind of hope Oklahoma wins.
that would be bad on the committee because Oklahoma would not be a good win. Personally.
But yeah, so our last game that's we're picking between for college, we got Washington Huskies traveling to Penn State Nittany Lions. We saw what Penn State did last week. They had every chance imaginable to win that game, and they just chose not to. And will they bounce back? Washington. Was it the Washington game that y'all were telling me? Washington and USC, that y'all were basically saying I was the fool for picking USC because they had lost that many road games. And, yeah, Washington made me regret my words last week. But I'm going to go against them again. I'm picking Penn State to get it together at home against Washington because Penn State has no problem winning these games. If Washington had just a number beside them, I would be thinking a little different. But since they don't, Penn State has no issues against these kind of games. So give Give me the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, I got to agree with that, Dylan. I think that Penn State after last week, they got, they got to make a statement this week, and I'm going to go with Penn State. It's just let's go with Penn State. Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna triple it up here. I'm gonna go Penn State. I don't like Washington at Penn State at night. If it was at Washington, maybe I might consider it, but with it being at Penn State at night, I'm gonna take the easy bet here and take Penn State.
I was about to get a little concerned for Penny because it is Penn State's whiteout game, and unless they're playing Ohio State or maybe even Michigan, that is a game they don't lose very often. So I think the atmosphere is going to be top notch. I think Mo Bamba is going to be rocking. I hope Washington takes a timeout before they can even run their first play. But I've got a soft spot for Will Rogers, man. He did incredible when he was with the late great Mike Leach at Mississippi State. And I've spent some time wondering what if. But yeah, give me the Nittany Lions tomorrow.
All right. Well, that's just checking. I think that was. Do y'all have any more closing thoughts on college football? Or are you ready to move on over to the NFL?
I'm ready to
We
go
can
to
switch on
NFL.
over.
All right.
Go ahead and switch some gears real quick.
That being said, again, NFL, we kind of just we don't really dive in too much to these games except for the ones that involve our favorite teams. Drew, who's your favorite NFL team?
Texans, baby.
Oh God. Okay.
Houston Texans, all the way.
Jesus.
So here, look. Here, look. It
I
makes
should have
sense. Like, I
known.
mean, obviously, I lived in Houston since I was 5, and the first Texans game I went to was for my 11th birthday. The Texans were playing the Dolphins, and me and my dad were sitting front row behind the end zone. Andre Johnson scored a touchdown and did the Lambeau leap in mine and my dad's lap, and I have been a Texans fan ever since.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
mean,
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's a
yeah.
good reason.
I mean, I'm not mad at you for being a Texans fan. I'm just
Sounds
sorry
like
that.
you're mad.
Just sorry
Who's
that
your team, Dylan?
Tits.
the original Houston.
Oh,
The Titans, baby.
yeah,
I mean,
with Mayo Man as your quarterback.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, with Mayo Man, I'm gonna be wearing. I'm gonna get into Mayo Man here in a second.
Hey,
Uh,
nothing made me happier last year than for y'all to wear the Oilers jerseys when y'all played the Texans at home and we just walked in and beat y'all. That was electric. We should.
Oh, the
Next time they
Mayo
play
Man
that game, they
just
should play for the
strikes
rights to get to wear that uniform.
I don't think this is the right time to start implementing that rule because
I
y'all are much better too.
think Will Levis has an NFL record for the most weeks with a meme in a single season.
Yeah, well, he has done that too. He has done that too. I'm still gonna be rocking the Will Levis cologne come Sunday. Okay, the Mayo Man's
You smell like Dukes.
parfum de Yep, I got my hands on some. It was only $8. I had to get it, Drew.
Oh my god!
I actually have it. I need to bring it up here so I can show you all on the pod one day, but it's downstairs. But yeah, we're just gonna make these picks and then yeah, we'll go in depth. So that means since the Texans are involved in one of our picks, Drew, we'll let you speak a little bit more in depth on that game last out of these picks. But first, we got the 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The battle of two teams that just can't stay healthy right now. Christian McCaffrey is back, I believe. I think I saw that. If he is, I'm taking
he
49ers.
is set to. He could start as early as this weekend.
Oh, okay, but it's not official if he's playing or not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's returning from IR.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he's not returning from IR this weekend, that he already did, and that they were expecting him to play. He said he has no pain in that Achilles, so He could. They said that he could as early as play as this weekend.
Well,
Good to turn my fantasy around.
that kind of
Afraid to
makes a
turn that
difference because I think it comes down to literally if he's playing or not for this game. But we'll just say for the sake of if he does play, I'm going to act like he is playing, and I'm going to pick the 49ers. Even though I love Baker, love me some Baker and what he's done this year, I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. But if he's not playing, then I do think the Buccaneers win. But I can't, I don't have that luxury right now. I just have to pick it how it is. I'm taking the 49ers, kind of banking on the fact that he plays.
JP, you go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks here. The 49ers just haven't really been good offensively, in my opinion, and so I think Tampa Bay with Baker, even with his receivers being out, they're still able to put up a good amount of points. So I think I'm gonna take the Bucks here on an upset.
Yeah.
From what I'm reading, Christian McCaffrey is good to go against the Bucks this week. So, and with that being said, they take him off IR tomorrow, and he's going to be set to play on Sunday. I'm going to have to go with the 49ers. I mean, there's just you just can't like he's gonna what he's gonna do. He's gonna have a good game if he's playing, and depending on how many snaps he gets. But I'm assuming that he's gonna get a lot, and he just you can't stop him when they're in the red zone either. That's just who Christian McCaffrey is, and so I think it's gonna be the 49ers. I think it's gonna be a close game though, for sure.
Give it to me. Nice foul.
Sorry, the Murray Pittsburgh game going around. Murray's only down by 1.
Word.
Go Murray.
Oh, yeah, I don't know too much about either of these teams. I mean, I know the Bucks have been balling this year. I know Baker Mayfield is living his best life down in Tampa right now. Um, but yeah, I mean,
Getting
Christian
fined
McCaffrey,
for throwing a zin in on the sideline too.
and then they want to come out and give him a warning and say that it's an addictive chemical. He can't use it, but yeah, we can promote DraftKings and beer as soon as we go to commercial break for any NFL game.
Yeah.
But
Make it make sense.
they can't bet.
You can have Baker in the Hulu Live Sports commercial, but he can't pop in his in on the sideline when he's trying to bring his team back. Come on now, bring back the halftime SIGs. Um, but yeah, Christian McCaffrey. Give me the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey's back, but I think it'll be interesting to see how much they use him. But I think he's still going to make an impact.
Agree. All right. Yeah, and then next, this one's actually a really good matchup. Commanders and Steelers. Commanders just traded for Marshawn Lattimore, beefing up that defense. Steelers already have a beefed up defense. Both offenses obviously look really good this year. This is a good game. Better game than what I at the beginning of the year would have thought this would be. I'm gonna roll with the Steelers. I think they're just more experienced. And I know what Jaden Daniels is doing this year is phenomenal. Not discrediting that, but I think the Steelers team is just they just have more experience. They have been here before. Mike Tomlin knows how to win these kinds of matchups. I'm taking the Steelers.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders. It's gonna be a good game regardless. It's Jaden Daniels is just having a phenomenal year, and I think he's just gonna continue to build on that. And I like the Commanders in this one, even though I feel like this game is definitely going to come down to who has the ball last, and it could be decided by a field goal or it could be decided by overtime, in my opinion.
I'm going to go with the Commanders here, and I'm going to keep it very simple. I hope Russell Wilson fails just because of what Justin Fields was doing, how they were treating him at the beginning of the season. The dude was 4-2, and they said, not good enough. So I'm going to hope Russell Wilson fails and Commanders smack him in the mouth.
That would be nice to watch. That would be nice to watch.
I gotta go with the Commanders. They look strong. Jaden Daniels looks really good. Um, I kind of wish this would be a perfect Sunday night football game. I mean, I love the Lions and Texans are playing Sunday night football, but I also wouldn't be totally upset if this was a Sunday night football, or even Monday night. I wish this was a primetime matchup and not played it at noon on.
I agree. I hate that I'm not gonna be able to watch this one because I'm gonna have my attention elsewhere. But yeah. So we got the Jets and the Cardinals. Um, I've been torn on this one. Y'all give me a second on this one. Now I want one of y'all to kick us off on this game. I need a second to think about it for a minute.
I think that the Jets are going to win this game. Reason being is because I think that the receivers are starting to finally click with Aaron Rodgers, but the Cardinals are playing good football as well too. Like so, it's going to be another close game, and I think the Jets will come out on top of it. Just like you just can't count out Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams at the very bare minimum. Kyler Murray's been playing good. It's just like it's another toss-up. I mean, I could go either way. So, but the Cardinals disrespected my Bears last weekend, so I'm going to go with the Jets.
Yeah, and I think I've had enough time now. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals in this one. I think that I said it last week too. The Cardinals were just gonna put a beat down on the Bears, and I think they're gonna follow up that just dominant performance they had over the Chicago Bears with another win this week over the Jets. So give me the Cardinals.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying I needed.
I'm going to ride with the Jets here. I think that last touchdown pass with Devontae Adams, I think that was a really good connection in that game. And with the Jets defense, they've been playing really well. They just haven't had an offense. And so I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. I think the Jets get it done. I think with another Devontae Rodgers connection.
Yeah, I like the Jets in this one. Huh?
I was going to say something. I forgot we're live.
Easy there.
I don't know what's going on in that room right there, but pipe down over there.
Well, it's all right. I see that I'm the lone wolf with the Cardinals, but that's okay. I thrive under these kinds of moments. So we're just this is the moments. This is what I was talking about before the show. That I'm the last one to show up and the first one to leave for these moments. I'm gonna show you why I have that kind of authority here. I win these kinds of games. I pick them right. We're going the Cardinals over the Jets. But yeah, but next we got the Falcons and the New Orleans Saints, and Saints are. I was about to say something really bad. Saints are garbage. Give me the Falcons, just because I don't have a whole lot of nice things to say about the Saints. I think Kirk Cousins does whatever he wants against the Saints team. They just got worse. They sold at the deadline, understandably so, because they're just that bad. I'm taking probably Saints spread in this one. Or Falcon spread. I'm sorry, Falcon spread in this one. Give me
Okay,
Atlanta. Yeah, give me Atlanta.
Give me Atlanta in this one because I mean, the Saints, like Dylan said, just got worse. And on top of that, they're coming off a loss to the Carolina Panthers, and it's kind of like you could see the mojo. They're just ready to walk out of the locker room and walk off the field and not care anymore, and they suck. So, and I just give me the Falcons.
Well, didn't Olave get concussed again too last
Yeah,
game?
didn't
I
he?
feel
I
like
think yeah, I'm
Olave
pretty
got
sure.
blown up.
Yeah, didn't he get carted off the field?
I don't know if he got carted off, but he got
I thought he got.
destroyed.
I'm pretty sure I saw he got carted off the field.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he got crushed, yeah.
All right.
That's crazy.
We're almost done.
That's crazy. Give me Atlanta, man. You start the season 2-0. His dog. You start the season 2-0, scoring 40 points back-to-back games, and then you can proceed to lose 7 straight games. They're going to lose 8. I think it's just that simple.
Yeah.
Rainer just wants the attention.
It's always nice to throw some dogs into the pod. Get some dogs.
Yeah. Give me the Dirty Birds. I think all fans are still drunk from celebrating Dennis Allen getting fired last week. So I don't think they're going to care too much about the outcome of this game. I think they're already looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we may need to check the crime rates in New Orleans after Sunday though.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually a good that's a good point. Maybe worth noting.
It's a very strong correlation. It's a very strong correlation because when the Saints are doing good, nobody's killing anybody.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna write that down, and on Tuesday I'm gonna come back with the results of this because I'm curious to know now. That's actually a good point that I haven't thought.
I may
of.
not be here, but I'm gonna need to hear that. I'm gonna need to see
Yeah.
what those numbers are.
Yeah, I'll have Jacob. Yeah, well, you listen into the pod and find out. But if not, then I'll have Jacob inform you because yeah, I'm curious. But
I'm sure he'll get through.
yeah, but the last game we're picking between. Now that we know we got a Texans fan in here, we got the Lions and the Texans. Lions favored 3.5. Drew? What do you have for us? What's the breakdown? What should we look for? What are you looking for and hoping for? And give us your prediction first. This is your team.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna want the Texans to win.
Right.
So you can give me the Texans as my pick. That's kind of a given. Just like no different. I'm sure Livy Dunn and Paul Skeens are gonna pick LSU on Saturday, so it's no different than something like that.
Right.
But I saw something earlier that the Lions have only had one sack in their last 2 games, and the Texans are one of the worst at protecting the pass rush. I think that this may be a little biased and I may be a little exaggerating, but I think the Texans have one of the worst offensive lines in the league.
On contrary, my friend, the
Do
Bears are terrible.
Well, the Chicago's where quarterbacks go to die. I hate to tell you that.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a good game. I hope the Texans will pull it out, but I mean, Jared Goff is on another world right now. He's because I remember watching him when he was with the Rams, and I would just roast him, be like, "Who is this guy? Why does this guy think he's good?" And he's had like more completions and incompletions the last 3 or 4 weeks or whatever it was that they've said. So yeah.
I'm going to do the Lee Corso special. Not so fast. Give me the Lions in a big win this time. I think they're going to win by double digits here. I said it several weeks ago. They look like they're just having fun. They can do whatever they want with any team, and yeah, I mean, enough said for that one.
Yeah. Tyler, I don't mean to skip you here if you were expecting to go next, but I want to go here. I've been saying
fine.
for a few weeks now that sorry if y'all hear all that. There's craziness going on downstairs in my household right now, but I've been saying the Lions are the best team in the NFC. Drew, I don't want you to think I hate the Texans here because I've been also saying that Texans they're going to run away with the division. There's no one in the division that can even keep up with them at this point in time when they start playing more division games. But Lions are the best team in the NFC. They just added Zadarius Smith to that pass rush help. So obviously Aiden Hutchinson being out hurts that pass rush, but they bolster it a little bit. And yeah, I mean, if the Texans truly have that bad of O-line, then Zadarius Smith is going to help with that. I think I'm just picking the Lions in this one.
I'm going to go with the Lions. They are now my Super Bowl contender for the NFC. And they're playing free and fun football, and you can tell that they're pretty much just steamrolling everybody that they play. I don't know. I like watching the Lions, and this will be a fun game to watch for sure. And I have to agree with JP. I think it's going to be a double-digit win for the Lions.
Well, I'm going to give Drew a little bit benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's going to be a double-digit win per se, like y'all are predicting. I think it'll be a good game, a good football game, but I do think the Lions are going to win.
A double-digit win, buddy, in my opinion, is a touchdown and a field goal. So
well, I mean, yes.
So I'm not saying I'm not gonna say they're gonna win by
Thank you for clarifying that, but yes.
I'm not saying that they're gonna win by 20 points, but like, you know what?
Yes.
You know what?
I'm just.
Hey, just make sure you get the extra point.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that a touchdown and a field goal is a double digit, but I'm just saying, I think it'll be a close game.
I'm glad that he was able to feel that. He's so mad.
Right, well,
I just want everybody to know right now in my head, I am punching air. I'm imagining that you guys are standing right in front of me and I'm just punching air.
So you'd be still missing.
Wait, if we're standing in front of you, why are you punching the air? Wouldn't you want to punch us?
Because if you would just. All right, on to the Vikings and the Jags talk. JP, what do you got for us for your beatdown that they're about to take this weekend?
You know, I know the Jags are going to get smoked, but I'm going to be the biggest Mac Jones fan this weekend. I hope Trevor Lawrence sits on that bench and watches Mac Jones put on a show.
Wait, whoa, am I missing something?
Lawrence is out. He hurt his shoulder last week.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yep. Mac Jones is going to get the starting job as of right now for Sunday's game against the Vikings. So I'm going to be the biggest Mac Jones fan. I hope he goes out there and balls. I don't care if the Vikings beat us by 50. I hope Mac Jones has a day out on that field.
I agree with you. I really hope Mac Jones just goes out there and just puts on a show and is like, just basically just says, you know what, here I am. I want this job and I'm better than Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, if he goes out there and beats the Vikings, dude, Lawrence better never sniff the field the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Lawrence has been the problem in Jacksonville per se, but
He's
I do think the Vikings are going to win. You know, Mac. McCorkle. Oh, McCorkle. Did y'all know that? I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but that's his real name, McCorkle.
McCorkle?
Yeah, I'm not making that up. That's actually his real name. You can look it up right now.
Glad he's stuck with Mac.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him for picking Mac, but his real name is McCorkle Jones. McCorkle, I don't think he stands a chance against the Vikings. I think he's one of those guys, you just got to be happy you're getting paid millions to hopefully not have to touch the field, and he's been tasked with doing so. Sam Darnold's just gonna continue the season he's had. The Vikings are just winning right now, and I don't think Mac Jones is gonna stand in the way of that. I don't see it being him. But,
No,
yeah.
I don't think the Jags are not winning this game. Like, and JP, I know like you said it too, but they're just not winning. I just hope for Mac Jones's sake that he goes out there and he plays good football and like shows that he can do so on that level and not play for a crappy. Well, he got traded from a crappy Patriots team to a crappy Jags team, so
Maybe it's
Yeah,
Mac
the Bears
Jones.
have
Maybe that's why the Jaguars are having the bad season that they are. Maybe it's the Mac Jones effect. The McCorkle effect.
McCorkle.
But yeah, so my tits. They just beat the Patriots this past week. I was in attendance for it.
So you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to this one, but they didn't play good. The players and the coaches have been saying that they finally played a complete game of football. I don't know what they saw. I didn't see that. Yeah, they fought, but I mean, they fought against, a terrible Patriots team. It's not like they went out there and went to overtime and duked out this win against like the Ravens or somebody. It was the Patriots. And yeah, I mean, Will Levis is back. He's starting for the first time. Oh gosh, since the Bills, I guess. Was it the Bills? I don't even know what game it
No,
was
he
at this
didn't.
point
He
in
didn't
time.
even.
It's
He
been a
didn't even
while.
start for against the Bills. I think it was the week. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute since he's played. Oh yeah, he got hurt against the. No, he played against the Bills. He got hurt against the Dolphins. Sat out that game. Tried to play. He had the bye week, or was it the Colts? I don't remember at this point. It's been a while. The point is, Will Levis is back. That's all. That's what the point was. He's back. He's playing. Um, our starting center and our starting free safety both had season-ending injuries against the Patriots. We're already not a very good team. We're about to find. Statistically, the offense has been better with Mason Rudolph out there. So Will Levis is either going to figure it out or help us out in tanking, which that's all I want anyways, is to see if he figures it out or help us tank. So Will Levis needs to start every game the rest of the year for that reason. He's either going to help us or he's going to hurt us. That's what you want. And yeah, I think the Chargers win. The Titans just have a tough stretch the next 4 games. I mean, they play the Chargers, Commanders, Texans, and Vikings. And I just think that's 4 losses in a row. They're going to be sitting at 2-10 at the end of that stretch. And it doesn't get any easier after that. I just know that's just their next 4 games. But yeah, Chargers, they've been a sneaky team this year that's just kind of quietly going about their business, winning football games. They're not the flashiest in the league this year, but they're 5-3, right? I think they're 5-3. About to be 6-3. That's all I know. But I just want the Titans to have the young guys stay healthy. And like I said, either Will Levis figure something out, or just be terrible and help us lose. That's all I want to see in this game. But I never want to see us get blown out. I just want competitive losses if we're going to lose. But yeah, I don't expect them to win this week.
And Dylan,
Yeah.
the Titans played the Patriots last week, and now the Bears are playing them this week. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am terrified. I really am. Like I'm like I seriously think the Bears could lose this week. And if they do, frankly it's gonna piss me off. And y'all are gonna probably have to send a wellness check to the house on Sunday to make sure that I'm still breathing. Because I'm like,
well, so you already said we have to send one if Ole Miss beats Georgia, so now we have to send a second one. Like,
no.
So do you want us to wait for like the first one, or?
No. I'm saying for the Ole Miss one, if Ole Miss wins, I'm getting in the truck and going to Oxford.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you'll have to check on me on Sunday to make sure I'm still alive, right? From
And then check on
how
you
they
again
lose.
later in the day if they lose.
Well, at that point, you
Very
might as well just wait until the afternoon to check on me because
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
But yeah,
Okay, I'm
it
with you.
it, it this the Bears game is just it's watching paint dry at this point. Like it's not going to be an entertaining game to watch at all. We saw last week what the Patriots did against the Titans, and the Bears beat the Titans, which is the only plus. But it was that game, the Bears and Titans game wasn't even a good game to watch either. Like it's I don't know. The offensive line for the Bears needs to be better. Protect Caleb Williams because I really don't want to see our first overall pick our first overall pick get killed. Um,
No.
it just I don't even know. And DeAndre Swift is just going to keep doing what he's doing, and they're going to keep running the ball because we have no other choice. We're probably going to throw 8 screenplays that do the same thing, and then expect and ask questions on, oh, well, why didn't that work? Well, probably because you did the same thing that you did 2 plays ago, and it still didn't work. And I don't know if DJ Moore walked off the field last week in the middle of a play, so we'll see.
I saw that.
Everybody's saying that he's hurt, so I don't know. This will be it's getting down to the time of people are going to start asking some questions on who needs to stay and who needs to go. And
Hope he's not tired.
if the Bears lose this game, I highly expect somebody's going to get fired. I don't know who, but we'll see.
Well, I think it depends on how they lose, but if they lose, I don't think they'll lose. I think
The
Bears
only-
will win this
yeah.
one.
The only thing is that the Bears haven't lost a home game this year yet, so that's
I don't see
that's
the
going
Patriots
for
being
them.
the team that snaps out. Drake May's gonna have to play really good, and Drake May's capable of playing good. I think Drake May's really good actually, but and he's shown against the Titans. He showed a lot of ability to use his legs at the NFL level, and I wasn't expecting that. He's pretty good scrambling and improvising. So I think he also has a bad offensive line. But yeah, we'll see. Boys,
You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
I think Doug Peterson, if he doesn't win in the next week or so, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
If he's not on the hot seat, he's gonna be on here pretty quick.
oh my gosh! Speaking of Florida coaches on the hot seat, I just thought of this. This is something I meant to talk about when we were on college topic. Did y'all see that Florida announced that Billy Napier's like there to stay? Like they're not firing him. He's gonna continue being the coach.
I think that's ridiculous.
Well, there's talk they were going to fire him, but the reason why they didn't is because DJ got hurt. So it
Yeah.
kind of saved him a little bit.
Yeah, so they're just gonna ignore
Well, he
everything
didn't-
else that happened before that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they can try and wait and see what he can do with the full season of DJ next year, but the rest of the SEC should be happy that he's staying. But
yeah.
we'll see. That was my final thought. I meant to mention it.
I'm good if y'all are good.
Alright.
Sweet. Well,
Sweet.
thank you guys for watching on this Friday night episode. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and don't forget, JP, what do they need to do?
To hit the bell button.
Exactly.
Hit the bell
So that
button.
you never miss when we go live. And
And
boys, it's
I want
been
to give a shout out to Drew.
yeah.
Shout out
Oh,
to Drew.
for sure. Yeah. Drew was the first
Thank
live
you.
guest on here of the TJD Sports Podcast, and we'll never forget it because it was fun. I enjoyed it. We'll
Yeah, man.
definitely have to do it.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it some more.
I was about to say it's not like it'd be that inconvenient. I just got to walk across the living room to get here. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes it even better. But-
yeah, man. Whenever y'all would like to have me on, I'll be more than happy to be on, as long as I'm not working or out of town doing whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, we'll have JP send us a text and let us know, and we'll get it going.
Awesome.
But-
Electric.
But thank you guys for watching, and we will be back here on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to join, and thank you guys for watching. Boom. All done.